Hi guys, it's Dakota. I hope everybody had a great week. Yes, I'm back in my room, and as you can see, I've done nothing to it. I did hang a little shawl on the closet door to kind of disguise it, but it didn't really work very well. Put a little table back there. I was going to add some candles and stuff. I need a little work table, but you really can't, there's nothing on there, actually, just some candles and some oils. You really can't see it. So obviously this room still needs some work, but I just haven't had time, so I'll get to it when I get to it. So today I wanted to talk about shadow work, but not in the respect of, like, I'm not going to talk about the deep, dark, well of shadow work, how we get there, how you can do it, that type of thing, because that isn't really what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, all right, so this has been going on for a couple years, and there are some times when it just really bothers me more than other times. And as I've said, I am 30 plus years in my spiritual practice, and it has been many things. I've been in it and out of it, for 30 years. Until I finally, found my path. I found it really all came together, and I just realized who I was and what I was about, and so that's where I'm at. But what I want to talk about in regards to shadow work, and that is the whole positive vibe movement. And no disrespect, and no, I'm not trying to offend anybody that has that positive vibe thing going on, because I think it's a really great thing. However, back in the day, my day, 30 plus years ago, we went through the same similar thing, but it was, peace and love, peace, love, and happiness. The hippie movement. It was the, the Age of Aquarius was back there. They made a song about it. And so history has a way of repeating itself. And so here we are again in today's modern world, and over the last 10 years, sorry to use this word, but the New Age movement is starting to come about again. And everybody is sort of, getting on board with the whole movement. I mean, everything is meditation and candles and salt lamps and crystals and, all of that stuff. But the thing is, and everybody is doing the positive vibe t-shirts, positive vibe signs, positive vibe everything. Everything is, just positive vibes and love and light. And nobody seems to remember that you can't have light without the dark. So I'm not here to talk about the dark side either. What I'm here to talk about is a balance. There has to be a balance between dark and light. And shadow is dark, right? I mean, the sun makes a shadow and it's dark, and yet the sun is light. So we can look at that, and it is about this balance. So over the last couple of years, I know a few people, a couple of people in particular, that are very much the love and lighters. And again, no offense and no disrespect, I'm just saying that they don't even address darkness whatsoever. They don't address anything that is dark. They won't talk about it. They don't want to hear about any subjects on. Even if you explain to them, there can't be light without the dark. Well, it's not about dark, demon, spooky. It's the darker side of us, the shadow work side of us, and they don't want to hear it. Oh no, it's just I don't want to look at it. It's just love. Just add love to it and it'll be okay. And really, that's not authentic. That's not being authentic. Because I guarantee you, and not that I know these people, what they do at home, maybe they are that way at home, but there is a certain amount of fakeness with that, in my own humble opinion. Not with everybody, but with a good majority of people, at least that I know, that I have interacted with. There is this certain amount of unauthenticity. I have a couple of people in my life that are genuine. They are authentic. When they walk into a room, you are filled with their love and their healing. But those people are very few and far between. Having a shop, I see people daily that are new to the path. They don't know what the path is. They don't know. There is no name for it. But everybody, just to add positivity, I just want to add positivity. A stone for positivity. Herbs for positivity. Is there a candle for positivity? But when I sit down with them and I talk about, those are tools that will help you. Those are tools that can help us. The stones, the salt lamps, the candles, meditation, those are all good things, and they're all tools that can help. But if we don't look at the shadow of why do you need positivity, then all we're doing is just putting a mask on that positivity. Does that make sense? Because you're not dealing with the issue. You're not dealing with that shadow, and I don't want to use the word dark because I don't want anyone to think that I'm talking about dark forces, dark entities. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm going to use the word shadow. They don't want to look at the shadow. I think sometimes they don't want to look at the shadow because they're afraid of what they might see. Or maybe in extreme cases where there has been maybe some bad abuse, trauma, deaths, things that they have not healed. Shadow is parts of the body, parts of you, part of your mind that have not been healed. And not just, and some of you may not believe in past lives, and if you don't, I understand that, and that's fine. I happen to believe in past lives, and I believe in reincarnation. So I think that part of shadow, and part of the reason why we're here again, is because we didn't face shadow the first time we were here, the second time we were here, the 100th time we were here, however many times we've been here, wherever here is. We didn't face the shadow, and we didn't work through the shadow. All we did was put a blanket on it. We put a cover on it. We put a blindfold on it. We covered it up with the word positivity or positive vibes. And so it never went away. It didn't go away. So regardless of this, of having positive vibes, and like I said, I'm all about that. I mean, the more positive we are, because I teach, it's called Sympathetic Magic. That's what I teach. And Sympathetic Magic is basically like attracts like. So these are simple terms, like attracts like. So if I smile at you and I say, hi, how are you? Oh, that is a cute shirt. I like your necklace. Oh, your hair looks cute like that. That makes you feel good. I gave you some positivity, and your reaction is going to be, thank you. Oh, thank you. I got this as a gift, or, whatever. It makes you feel good, and so then you're positive back. But if I came to you and I said, to you, that shirt is kind of raggedy, or what'd you do to your hair? I mean, you're not going to be receptive to that in a positive way. So I'm all about positivity, but being positive is drawing positivity in, being positive and drawing positivity in, where I am saying, instead of, we did this Sunday, I taught a class on Sunday, a Reiki class, and it was a great group, by the way. And one of the ladies, we had taken a break and we were going back into the classroom, and it was right after lunch, and we have a picnic table outside. Well, everybody came inside because it was too cold outside to eat. So as her and I were walking out, you could feel the sun. I'm like, that sun feels so good. Too bad it was so cold out. We could have eaten lunch outside. And she said, that's true, but at least it's not raining. And so do you see? Like, it just changed the whole mood. I'm like, you're right, because I started out being positive by saying, oh, the sun feels so good. The negativity came out. Too bad it's so cold out. And then her positivity came in and said, well, at least it's not raining. And I said, you're right, it's not raining. So we ended up in this positive, light mood. Okay, but that's different. That's different than walking around with positive vibes, because we live in balance. There has to be balance. If there is no balance, then there becomes unbalance. You cannot have light without darkness. You cannot have darkness without light. We have a sun and we have a moon. What? We have light and we have dark? Yeah. We have light and we have dark. We have a sun and we have moon. We have daytime and we have nighttime. We have positive and we have shadow. And shadow is that thing that lives within us. The thing that that we don't like about us. Sometimes it manifests in different ways. It could manifest in depression. It could manifest in negativity. It could manifest in abusive behavior, being a bully, being so critical, being negative. I tend to have some negativities when I am talking to people. And I have done shadow work for this. I go inside myself. I go deep inside myself. And I go to the place where that negativity lives. I work on it all the time because I don't like that in myself. I know that I have it, and I don't like it. Sometimes I'm not aware when I'm doing it. Sometimes I'm just not aware when I'm doing it. And there's other times I do it, and then I become aware that I'm doing that. And at that time, I try my best to then turn it around so that it has a positive flair to it. But then I know, well, there you go. I haven't finished working on that yet. I still need to go back in to where that negativity lives, and I need to dissect that, and I need to figure out what happened did it happen in this life? Did it happen in another lifetime? Where did that negativity, and maybe it's not even negativity, but what happened where that negativity lives? What happened that makes me react or manifest in me as negativity at times? So that is something that I still work with. And, there's been times, not in this case, okay, not in this case, but there might be times that it comes out as maybe you were abused, say in this lifetime. Maybe you were abused as a child. Maybe you were bullied as a child. Maybe you were told that you weren't good enough as a child, that nothing you do is ever going to result in anything good. And I will use some of that on me. That is part of my childhood. But through my shadow work, like I said, don't anybody feel sorry. My mom was very hard on me as far as her wanting to see me succeed and to have what I want in this lifetime in order for me to have the ultimate happiness. The way it manifested in my mother was in a negative way. So I would be critiqued. I would be told that I wasn't good enough at this, and I wasn't good enough at that, or that will never amount to anything. But what she was trying, and I only learned this part through shadow work, okay? I know now through shadow work, her reasons for that kind of talk with me is because she was trying to encourage me. In her mind, doing that particular thing, whatever it was, as a child that I thought I wanted to do, or even as a young adult, as a teenager, and even as a young adult, like in my 20s, you're never going to be good. That there's no income in that. You're not going to be good enough at that. You needed higher education than that. Da, 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 da. And it was all negative, 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 negative. And I see now that was whatever it was in her shadow manifested negative towards me, because she felt that would encourage me to do better. But instead, what happened was just the opposite. My self-esteem went down. I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel like I would be something someday, that I would be worth anything someday. And it's sad, I know, and I've already dealt with that, though. Like, I've already dealt with the sadness of that, the hurt, because that hurt me then, because I was thinking, God, I'm not good at anything. And so you grow up. I grew up abusing myself. I grew up doing things that I shouldn't have done, that unhealthy behavior, because it was her intention to help me grow. But by her way of doing it was harming my self-esteem and my self-worth. In her mind, she was building me up. You don't want that. You want this. You don't want an apple. You want an orange. Oh, I really wanted the apple. Oh, the apples, the oranges are much better. That kind of thing, only worse. So I've already dealt with, wow, you really hurt me with that. But through shadow work, I realized it, and I was able to forgive my mom, who's deceased now, and has been for many years. But I've been able to forgive that. part of the shadow, because I know that it was her intention that was just her way of trying to help me better myself, and instead it did just the opposite. That being said, it manifested in me to where I am negative about certain things when I'm in a conversation, or, just like, oh, the sun's out, too bad it's so cold. And those are just things that we do. But I'm talking about in deeper things, in deeper conversations. I still hold some negativity when I'm talking, and there are times I don't realize it, and then there's times when I do realize it, and I go, oh, and then I try to, oh, but at least it's not raining. I try to turn that around so that it's positive, and boom, I write that in my journal so that I know my shadow still needs work. So I think that when you're in the positive vibe mindset and you don't want to even address the shadow, address the shadow, that really you're just masking the pain. You're just putting a Band-Aid on it. The pain is still there. The pain still lives within you. And if you think that, for me, it's almost like, and I read this somewhere, I don't know where I read it, so if you wrote it, much gratitude to you, because it really touched me, and that is that I don't have a trust for someone who is this positive vibe person that refuses to accept shadow as part of their life, that there is no darkness, because you haven't owned your own crap. You haven't even owned your own crap. You refuse to even look at it. So you're not authentic. You are not authentic. All you are is a person that has a mask on that is masking the shadow. And so therefore you're fake. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. And yes, I do know people personally that are that way. And I can't deal with them. I don't have the respect for them for that reason. They're not authentic. They're fake, and by their fakeness, what they don't get is that by not being authentic and not even facing their own shadow, they're actually hurting others. They're not real, and that hurts others, because guess what? I found out the hard way. And once your mask came off, boom, there was the shadow that, whoa, So, and this is more than just one person. And so anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about the shadow and the whole positive vibe movement that's coming. I'm all about it. Be positive, be friendly, be nice, be kind. Don't be a bully. Don't be negative. But when you are, if you have sadness, if you have depression, if you know that things that you are doing are not healthy for yourself, whether it's self-harm, overeating, addictions, bullying, that type of thing, how about go deep in, face your shadows, find out where they live within you and why they're there. That way you can work on them and understand them so that you can, in this life, change them. Because I don't like being that person, being that negative person. I really don't. I don't like that in me, but it is part of me. And so therefore I'm going to try to work on that. But I can't just go, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be negative, because that's bullshit. It already came out, and it's because it's down deep. And so I need to continue to work on that. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to end this. I will see you next week. Went a little bit long. Sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe and leave comments. How do you feel about shadow? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about positive vibes and all that? I'm open to comments. So anyway, have a great week and make the best of every day. Talk to you soon. Bye.